Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bay Area Case Studies Virtual College Fair. We're excited to welcome you so that you can hear about 6 fantastic colleges and universities. Because this is a webinar, your camera and your microphone are off, so we can't see you, nor can we hear you, but our presenters would love to hear from you. And the best way to do that is to use the Q&A feature at the bottom of the screen. You can ask any of the presenters a question at any time, so feel free to do that. They may also drop some information in the chat, but you cannot use the chat to speak to them. So Q&A is the way to go. Please do sign up for some additional sessions. There's one more block of sessions after this one this evening, and then lots of sessions tomorrow. So join us when you can. And if you don't get to see all the schools that you wished you could, you certainly can watch the recordings of the sessions, which can be found at strivescan.com/BACS. Tonight's format is a 6x6, which means that each of our 6 schools will have 6 minutes to present their information. And so at this time, I would like to start with our first institution, Northwestern University.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'll give you just a moment here to pull up some information for us, and then we will get started. All right. Thanks so much for being here with us this evening. My name is Valerie Smith. I'm a staff member in the Office of Admission at Northwestern. And if you are new to Northwestern, let me introduce you to our community of 8,000 undergraduate students located just north of the city of Chicago in Evanston, Illinois. Northwestern students come from all over the world to our campus in Evanston, and they bring with them really every conceivable background, identity, preference, belief system that you can name. When they are together on our campus, they are teaching and learning from one another, and that's really the heart and soul of our learning community. I think it's true that no matter where you go to college, you'll learn as much from your classmates as you do from your faculty members, but that is certainly something that we prioritize and that we think is really special about the Northwestern experience. So those close student and faculty contacts begin in the classroom here. Students at Northwestern know maybe when they're starting their research that we are a research university at our core. So Northwestern's mission is to be contributing in some significant way to our fields and industries and the body of knowledge that surrounds us. And as a research university, you as an undergraduate will have the opportunity to specialize in a field of interest. You'll have the opportunity to do undergraduate research and to be prepared in the technical field if that's of your interest. We are also at our core a liberal arts institution, which means that students here have the opportunity and are encouraged and in some cases required to branch out from that primary major of interest and to really dive deeply into a whole wide range of academic disciplines. So you can see on the screen here, we have 6 undergraduate schools listed in front of you. Our College of Arts and Sciences is our liberal arts college. Everything from English to chemistry is included in the College of Arts and Sciences. And then we have 5 undergraduate schools with a more specific academic focus: engineering, journalism, communication, music, and then education and social policy. What is unique at Northwestern is that while you have a home base in one of these 6 schools, you are in no way limited to studying in just that one environment. Students here mix and match all the time. The majority of our undergraduate students pursue more than one major or area of study. You are able to make connections across different academic disciplines, and you're able to change your mind once or twice or 3 times about what you want to study. So some students come to Northwestern knowing exactly what that is, and some have no idea. All of our students are taking advantage of that flexibility through the academic quarter system, which is our calendar that we use every year. So instead of offering just 2 academic semesters, one in the fall and one in the spring, Northwestern's quarter system means that you have 3 academic terms during the school year and then a 4th summer quarter that's yours to do with what you wish. During the school year, your 12 courses give you enough time and flexibility in your schedule to pursue a major, right? That primary area of interest. It gives you enough time to pursue our distribution requirements or our degree requirements, which are a flexible and personalized exploration of different academic disciplines. And it gives you time, another third of your schedule, if you will, to really do with what you want. So some students will choose to do that double major. Other students will fill that time with elective classes. Other students will choose to do something unique for credit, like a research experience or an internship. We really believe that the work you're doing outside of the classroom to develop your skills, to make connections in your industry of interest, and to have experiences that will prepare you for life after graduation is just as important as what you're doing in the classroom. So we support that in all sorts of different ways. You can see some of the statistics on the screen here about how we do that. But the message I want you to take away from this is that these experiential learning opportunities are absolutely just as central to us on campus as is the experience that you have in the classroom. So students are really diving deeply into both types of work and types of experiences that they want to have before they graduate. It's also worth noting that you're doing all of this in a very small and personalized academic environment. And that's the other hallmark of the Northwestern experience. We are a bigger institution. We do have graduate programs, but we care really deeply about our undergraduate students, and we preserve that experience for you. So our classes are small. The majority of classes on campus will have fewer than 20 students in them. Our student to faculty ratio is 6:1, and our classes are taught by faculty members. They are your advisors and mentors for 4 years, and students really have a chance to get to know them and to work closely with them. So I like to think of Northwestern as a both and kind of place. You can have the liberal arts experience where you get to explore all sorts of interests and combine those into a program that's a unique fit for you and your goals. And you also have the access to the resources that a Tier 1 research university provides. And students are doing really incredible work because they get access to both of those kinds of environments here on campus. And then, as you may know, we're not all about academics, so that's certainly a big part of the experience here. What I love the most about Northwestern is that you can do what you love. So I mentioned that those 8,000 students who join us on campus are very diverse in every sense of the word. That's true when it comes to our campus community as well. We care deeply and value our musicians and our artists as much as we do our athletes and our activists. And oftentimes you're going to find that students are all of the above. They're doing multiple things here. There is not one way to do Northwestern. It's a community where no matter what you're up to, you're going to have great support from your faculty, your staff, and your fellow students to explore and do that. And all of that is designed so that when you leave this campus, you not just get a job, but you get to build a meaningful career that's a great match for your interests and the ways that you've developed as a person in college. So if you'd like to learn more, we would love to connect with you. Feel free to drop questions in the chat or use the contact info on this page to stay in touch with us. Thanks so much. I'll pass it along to my colleagues.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is from Mount Holyoke College.
Well, hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Reynolds. I'm Director of Enrollment Marketing and Communications and Senior Associate Director of Admission at Mount Holyoke College. And I'm super excited tonight to introduce you to my alma mater. So Mount Holyoke is a private residential liberal arts college for women located on 700 stunning acres in Western Massachusetts. And for those of you who aren't as familiar with Western Massachusetts, we're a place that's rich in culture, the arts, varied outdoor activities, and social justice activism. Our campus is about 90 minutes west of Boston, 3 hours from New York City. We have a student body of 2,200 and 98% of them live on campus all 4 years at Mount Holyoke. We are very, very proud of our identity as the first of the powerful 7 sister colleges, founded in 1837 when there were no college options for women. And our founder acted on the conviction that women could and should do more than what society deemed our highest purpose at the time, which was to become wives and mothers. Today, we're a ways from 1837, and we are therefore a gender diverse and affirming institution, which means that we welcome applications from female, non-binary, and trans students. But our mission today is the same as it was in 1837. We exist to empower the next generation of female leaders. So why women's college? Some of you are maybe in the early stages of thinking about a women's college. Others of you may be hearing about this for the first time and not having known that women's colleges were still a thing. It's not a surprise. Fewer than 2% of students in the US choose to attend a women's college. By virtue of that statistic alone, we can probably agree that it's a pretty bold and unconventional choice to make for your college education. But it's important to know that as alums, that 2% is a community of firsts and of innovators and of leaders. And that's because at our institution, it's not about equal opportunity. It is about every opportunity to develop your leadership skills, to define your intellectual trajectory, to craft a social life that's based on your personal choice and not on standing social norms. So we attract students to Mount Holyoke who are seeking a front row learning experience, and then we offer them an environment where they won't come up against preconceived notions about what they can or should do by virtue of their gender identity or any other facet of their identity, quite frankly. And then we provide them with the space and resources to develop their voice by speaking up and speaking out. So Emily Dickinson, you've probably heard of her. She benefited from Mount Holyoke's culture of empowerment. So too did Frances Perkins, who was the first woman ever appointed to a presidential cabinet. So too did Jean Sammet, who was the woman who developed the first widely used computer programming code in the United States. So graduates of women's colleges like Mount Holyoke claim entrepreneurial roles and positions of leadership across professions and at a statistically much higher rate than our female counterparts who graduate from co-ed institutions. But you won't only see women at Mount Holyoke, not only because we have a gender diverse campus, but also because we belong to a larger community. It's known as the 5 College Consortium. It's a partnership with 4 nearby schools: Amherst College, Hampshire College, Smith College, and the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. We're all located within a 6-mile radius of one another, and we're all connected by the largest free bus system in the Northeast. It's hop on, hop off for students. So the 5 College Consortium basically expands academic, co-curricular, and social opportunities for students across all 5 campuses. So we can cross-register at courses for no additional charge on any of the campuses. The 38,000 students in the consortium socialize across campuses in the context of lectures, parties, and events. And we can join clubs and organizations across any of the 5 campuses. Theater and dance productions, for example, have open auditions across campuses. So each of the 5 colleges has their own personality. And I would say if there's a shared set of qualities that Mount Holyoke students possess, it is that they are first and foremost deeply intellectually curious. Students who choose our campus are this kind of student who's always asking why, who wants to dig a little deeper and explore topics from multiple angles. They are very strong in their convictions, and those convictions are often pitched towards social justice issues. And they're ambitious, independent thinkers who value community and uplift. It's a very powerful community. Because of this really cool constellation of qualities that our students possess, we trust them to carve their own paths at Mount Holyoke. And we support that journey through things like interdisciplinary learning, academic rigor, close faculty mentorship, small student faculty ratio, and really rich experiential learning opportunities that over and over again let our students put theory into practice in professional and research settings long before they leave our gates. So you can see our 10 most popular majors here on the right. Those are 10 of 48, and about 1/3 of our students are majoring in STEM at Mount Holyoke, 1/3 in the social sciences, a little less than 1/3 in the humanities. So you'll have a voice no matter which major you choose at Mount Holyoke by virtue of that small student faculty ratio. And the strength of our academics is really, of course, on all campuses linked to the strength of the faculty and to our classroom dynamics. We're really proud of both at Mount Holyoke. Our professors are incredibly dynamic teachers who foster collaboration over competition in our academically rigorous classrooms. They're global scholars with active research agendas, and they're invested mentors. They really highly invest in student success. This year, the Princeton Review recognized all of those qualities in our faculty, and we were named the top faculty in the country with #1 rating, and professors get high marks. When you get there, we've got a few deadlines, different ways to apply at Mount Holyoke. You can apply early decision. We have 2 rounds of that, or regular decision. And I happen to be your California rep. So if you have any questions at any point, even if they're just introductory questions, or if you're farther along and you want to be connected to faculty, anything like that, reach out and I'm happy to help. I hand it off to my colleague.
Thank you so much. And now let's hear from Seton University.
Thank you so much. For everyone, my name is Lisa Hanson. I am with Seton University. Is my screen sharing? Yes. Oh dear.
I don't see it yet, Lisa, no.
Okay, here we go. Let me try that again. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go.
All good.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so my name is Lisa Hansen, Seton Hall University. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions for the West Coast region, and I'm based in the San Francisco Bay Area as well. So I would be your admissions counselor going forward. So Seton Hall, if you're not familiar with us, we are located in the East Coast. We're essentially a suburb of New York City in the beautiful village of South Orange, New Jersey. So students, I always say, get the best of both worlds. They can live in a really nice suburban area, and New York City is in your backyard. We are considered mid-size university, 6,000 undergraduate students. And for our size, we're quite a diverse student population, 45% diversity rate, with all US states represented in many different countries. We're also only an hour from Philadelphia, and of course the beaches and mountains and everything outdoorsy close by. So here are the things that make Seton Hall very wonderful. Besides being a leading Catholic university, we offer great advantages to our students. We have a small, supportive, very nurturing environment, and we also give students the opportunities to do research as early as their freshman year, and many internship opportunities as well, which you would find in a Research One university. So some of our bragging points we have at Seton Hall: we are known for our business leadership program, which has been ranked #1 in the country for the past 5 years in a row. Our employment rate is fantastic. We're among the top 25 universities in the nation with the highest paid graduates, mid-career earnings 50% higher than the national average. And Seton Hall houses over 90 amazing programs that students can pick from in 9 different colleges and schools. So some that I'm going to highlight today include our School of Diplomacy and International Relations. It has an exclusive alliance with the United Nations of America, so students can do internships at the UN, also can study in DC for a semester and work at the White House, as well as get internships with the FBI, the CIA, the Secret Service, many other public service organizations. Also, our direct entry College of Nursing and College of Communication and Arts is very popular among students from the West Coast too, given our proximity to New York City and the internships associated with that. As I mentioned, our Stillman School of Business, fabulous business programs. In addition to having the #1 business leadership program, we also offer a mock trading room where students can learn how to do trades as if they're on Wall Street. They can also become Bloomberg certified. We have a market research center and a sports polling center where ESPN commissions our students to conduct sports polls on various issues. And then those are broadcast through media outlets nationwide. Some of our unique dual degree programs include an engineering program partnership with Stevens Institute of Technology, dual law programs, and dual programs for the health and medical sciences, as well as a joint MD program. So as I mentioned, our engineering program includes a partnership with Stevens. That's located in Hoboken. A student can get a 5-year undergrad and master's degree in either engineering or artificial intelligence. In our School of Health and Medical Sciences, we offer a lot of dual degree programs as well. So our 5-year athletic training program, 6-year or 3+3 occupational therapy, physical therapy, physician assistant, speech and language pathology. And then back to our dual law programs. For this, students can do an undergraduate degree in either business, diplomacy and international relations, political science, religion, or social work. And lastly, our BS to MD program features a partnership with the Hackensack Meridian Health Group, which is one of the top health providers in New Jersey. This is a very collaborative approach that we have for our students at Seton Hall. Our average classroom size is going to be right around 21, and again, very personalized environment, 14:1 student to teacher ratio. And your faculty, I will also add, are not just teachers to our students, they're also going to be your mentors that really care about your trajectory once you graduate Seton Hall. Our internships and career service is another fabulous area of Seton Hall. So Seton Hall does boast many internship opportunities. We are ranked #4 in the country for providing internships to our students. Over 80% of our students will complete between 3 to 5 internships before graduating from Seton Hall. And on the right side of this slide, you'll see just a very small sampling of some of the companies where our students have interned and or begun their career with. As well, we also have a lot of research opportunities, and Seton Hall is very close to a lot of pharmaceutical companies as well in northern New Jersey, such as Merck, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, etc. So students can do research and internships with them as well. We have over 150 different clubs and organizations for our students to be involved in. We also have a wonderful performing arts program where students can perform either on campus or in our South Orange Pacific Arts Center. And also we're part of the Big East Conference at Seton Hall. We have 14 Division I athletics teams, most notably our men's basketball team. Our men's soccer team, however, just won the Big East, so a shout out to them. We also have, of course, club and intramural sports, and our students are really big on team spirit, so we get that going a lot at Seton Hall. We do give a lot of scholarships away as well every year, over $100 million. We're very generous with our scholarships because we want to make the college education process as affordable for you as possible. This year we are test optional. We will continue to be test optional through 2026. And we are also offering on-campus tours. I really encourage you to come on campus and see how beautiful it is for yourself. If you can't get there in person, then please do visit us virtually. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Lisa. Our next presenter is from Hamilton College.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nikki Barron. I'm an Associate Dean of Admission at Hamilton College, and I'm also a Hamilton College alum. Something that alumni and current students all share is that we love to gush about how much we enjoy Hamilton, so I could probably chat all night about Hamilton College. So the challenge is containing my enthusiasm in the very short 6 minutes here that we have together this evening. Hamilton College is a small liberal arts college located in central New York State. We are in the quaint college town of Clinton, New York. We were founded in 1793 and chartered in 1812, making us the third oldest college in New York State. We have about 1,850 students on campus, and students really come to Hamilton from all over. Diversity in all of its forms is really celebrated at Hamilton. Students come from different backgrounds, they have different experiences, they have different perspectives, and they contribute all these differences to our really rich sense of a campus community here at Hamilton. We really do have a tremendous sense of community on campus among students, faculty, and staff, but also off campus among alumni. That's actually one of the ways that Hamilton stands out from other small liberal arts colleges, if you're considering other similar schools to Hamilton, is that we have a tremendous sense of community, and also that you really get to make your experience at Hamilton your own, both academically and outside the classroom. Because of our really strong sense of community, we have a very strong residential system at Hamilton. 100% of our students live on campus for all 4 years. So you are living and learning together with your peers for all 4 years during your time as a student at Hamilton. This really adds to the sense of community that we have on campus. This is a place where people really care about each other and relationships really matter. At Hamilton, we make a promise to every student, and that promise is made up of 3 components. The first component to the Hamilton Promise is that every Hamilton student will get to study what you love. The second piece of the Hamilton Promise is that every Hamilton student will get to be who you are. And the third piece of the Hamilton Promise is that every Hamilton student will find your future. So to delve a little bit more deeply into each of those 3 promises, the first one being study what you love. We accomplish this through our distinctive curriculum. Most colleges and universities have a core curriculum, or they have a set of distribution requirements. At Hamilton, we have neither of those models. We have an open curriculum. This means that you're working really closely with a faculty advisor to design your own liberal arts college experience. You and your advisor are regularly going to have conversations about the subject areas that interest you and also the subject areas that don't interest you as much. And then your advisor pushes you to take classes outside of your comfort zone and ensures that you graduate from Hamilton with a really well-rounded liberal arts college experience. But because we have the open curriculum, it means that every class that you sit in at Hamilton, you are surrounded by other students who really want to be there, because students are registering for their courses based on their interests, rather than registering for courses just to satisfy requirements. So it's a really dynamic and engaging classroom experience here at Hamilton. At Hamilton, in our curriculum, we have a really strong focus on communication. Whatever it is that you choose to do after you graduate, you will need to know how to communicate effectively. And so in just about every class you take at Hamilton, there will be an oral and a written component to it, so that we really are ensuring that students who graduate from Hamilton know how to communicate effectively to prepare you for whatever it is that you choose to do after you graduate from Hamilton. Hamilton students and professors also regularly are working closely in the classroom, but outside the classroom too. Professors hold office hours regularly. They are definitely attending campus activities and campus events. They often will invite their classes over to their houses for dinner. So you really get to know your professors really well. Classes are kept small. About 75% of our classes have 19 or fewer students, and the student to faculty ratio is about 9:1. Students and professors also collaborate regularly in the form of research, and we have research opportunities available in every academic discipline that you can do at any point during your 4 years as a Hamilton student. We also support any Hamilton student who is interested in studying abroad. We have our own programs located in international destinations and domestic destinations, but we also will support students who would like to study abroad through another college or university. And then you could transfer that credit and count that academic work toward your graduation from Hamilton. But we support any student who would like to study abroad and have that be a part of your college experience. The second piece of the Hamilton promise is be who you are. Hamilton students, as I said, are all different. But what's so exciting is that you get to make the experience your own outside the classroom through all the extracurricular activities that you're able to take advantage of. We have a great athletics program at Hamilton. We are Division III. We are part of the NESCAC, the New England Small College Athletic Conference, made up of 11 colleges here in the Northeast. About 2/3 of Hamilton students compete in athletics at some level, whether that's the varsity level, the intramural level, or the club level. We also have a really strong arts program here at Hamilton, and you can very easily get involved in the arts regardless of your major. So while we have great academic departments in the arts, you don't have to pursue the arts as your academic major or take classes in the arts to be able to pursue those outside the classroom as extracurricular activities. In addition, we have more than 200 student-run clubs and organizations. It's really easy to get involved in multiple areas, and a lot of students are involved in lots of different extracurricular activities rather than focusing exclusively in just one area. The last piece of the Hamilton promise is find your future. We have a really great career center that will support you in every stage of your career development process, helping you find summer internships in the summers between the academic years, but also in helping you find post-graduation employment opportunities and preparing for what's to come after Hamilton. The Career Center will also be a lifelong resource available for you that you can definitely use as an alum after you've graduated from Hamilton. Thanks so much, and it was nice to meet you all this evening.
Thank you. Just as a reminder, if you have questions for our presenters, please go ahead and drop those in the Q&A. And presenters, if you can keep your eyeballs on that Q&A, there is a question in there right now. So let's get that flowing. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Mandy from Elon University.
Thank you, Julie. Hi, everyone. My name is Mandy Corcoran. I'm the Regional Assistant Director for Admissions. I'm based here in the San Francisco Bay Area in Sunnyvale, California. So I am your admissions counselor. Let's go ahead and chat about Elon University. Elon is located in Elon, North Carolina, right in the heart of North Carolina. We are a true college town and considered a suburb of the city of Burlington. Burlington is a 5-minute free shuttle ride away, and that's where you're going to be going and doing your Target run, your bigger box stores, things like that. We're 45 minutes within 2 major airports, so it's really easy to make your way over to Elon from the West Coast, and particularly the San Francisco Bay Area. That would be Raleigh and Greensboro. Greensboro is 20 minutes away and Raleigh is 45 minutes away. It also is nice proximity for any internships that you want to have throughout the year while being a full-time student. We are a mid-sized private liberal arts, so we have a really high focus on liberal arts, but also on global citizenship and co-curricular learning within our 4 different schools and colleges. So we have our College of Arts and Sciences that houses our traditional liberal arts, but also our STEM, our health sciences, our engineering, our brand new nursing program, as well as our award-winning performing arts. We have a top 50 business school with strong programs in finance, accounting, and entrepreneurship. Our school's communications is known for its strengths in journalism, cinema and television arts, and sports management, as well as our School of Education focuses on getting students hands-on student teaching right in their first year. About 80% of our students do come in undecided, so we really encourage students to explore all of our different schools. And one of our students' favorite thing about our curriculum is that we do not require any additional or secondary applications to our different schools. So if you want to come in as a business major and then change to communications, that's absolutely fine. If you come in undecided and you want to explore all of our different programs, please take classes, do major, minors, doubles, anything that you would like within those different programs. So now that you have an idea of kind of what makes up our curriculum, let's go ahead and talk about our community. Community is huge at Elon. It is something we will hear all the time. It's really what allows our students to feel at home so quickly on our university. So our undergraduate population is just under 6,300 students. We have a total population of just over 7,000. 80% of our students are coming from out of state, so you certainly will not be alone. And California is our number 10 state that we get students from. So much so this year we got to start our West Coast Student Ambassador Team, which is a peer-to-peer group to be able to chat with you and talk about their transition and their experience as current students at Elon. And I'll put that information in the chat with you later. We are a residential campus with requiring the first 2 years for students to live on, but we have space for you to live on all 4 years, with about 70% of our students living on all 4 years. They live in our 8 different residential neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods have different personalities and kind of themes to them. 5 of those neighborhoods are first year neighborhoods, or where our first years live. And then we have over 284 clubs and organizations at Elon, and we have 17 Division I sports. So you'll definitely not be bored at Elon outside of the classroom. And speaking of that, let's talk about kind of what makes Elon unique. So we have this in-room, inside the classroom experience, coupled with our outside of the classroom experience, really leading to outstanding outcomes. And this really is what makes Elon unique. So let's talk about inside the classroom. We have an average class size of 20, a student-faculty ratio of 12:1, and 100% of our classes are taught by faculty, and all of our classes are capped at 33. So no large lecture courses, no kind of teaching assistants teaching your classes. And this really allows our students and our faculty to lean into our philosophy of teaching through mentoring. So at Elon, you're going to collect mentors along the way. It's going to start with me, and then it's going to go to our peer mentors, and then it's going to go to our faculty mentors and staff. And you'll have lots of different mentors along the way and lots of different opportunities for learning in and outside of the classroom. Outside of the classroom, our experiences, we require all of our students to complete experiential learning. And this is something that is unique to Elon. And although these 5 experiences listed here aren't unique to Elon, what is unique is that we require all of our students to complete 2 out of the 5 of these Elon experiences before they are able to graduate from Elon. So let's go ahead and talk about these. Study abroad, we are the #1 private university in the nation for study abroad. So if study abroad is on your list, please keep Elon on your list or add Elon to your list. About 79% of our students study abroad, and an additional 12% will go on to one of our Study USA centers. Our goal is that all students have the ability to study abroad. 88% of our students are completing internships. 23% of our students are completing student-led, faculty-mentored, one-on-one research that has the goal of peer review. 87% of our students are completing service learning, and 55% hold a significant leadership position across our campus. This leads to amazing outstanding outcomes. 95% of our students are employed in graduate school, completing an internship or a service organization like the Peace Corps, as we are a Peace Corps prep program. And 92% of that is related to a career objective. So that means that students came to Elon, explored their passions throughout all the different curriculum that we had, found their passion, and then pursued that passion into success post-graduation. How do you become a part of the Elon community? You need to submit your application by November 1st. We have early decision as well as early action. Early decision is binding, but know that we have that early action as an option for you too. We have a regular decision for January 10th, and we are testing optional for the next three years. So juniors and sophomores, you do not have to worry about that test optional. I'd love to chat with you more and connect you with a West Coast Student Ambassador. I'll put my contact information in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I'll pass it over to our next colleague. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for that great information. And last but certainly not least, we have Lauren from Gettysburg College.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing well this evening. I'm going to go ahead and put in my information into our chat box, but so that you can contact me after the fact. But again, my name's Lauren. I'm here from Gettysburg College, and I'm going to take a few minutes to show you a little bit about our campus. All right, so first and foremost, this may be the first time that you're hearing a little bit about Gettysburg College, and so I want you to know where we are located. We're located in South Central Pennsylvania, and we are the best of both worlds. We've got the small town community atmosphere of being in a more rural environment, but we are also not so far from some major metropolitan areas. So if you're traveling to us from the West Coast, the easiest way to get to us is to fly into Baltimore Airport or BWI or to the Washington, D.C. area airports. And Gettysburg College does provide shuttle services for students who need to travel to and from campus to those airports. So it makes it really easy to get here for the semester, but also to return home at the end of the semester and for breaks and things of that nature, should you need to go home. So that is all taken care of for you nice and safely. We're also not so far from other major metropolitan areas on the East Coast. Our Campus Activities Board, one of our student organizations that helps promote programming on campus, sponsors a trip to New York City at least once a semester, and it's about a 4-hour drive. So should you be coming to the East Coast for school and would like to get the most of that environment, you've got your choice of a lot of different metropolitan cities. DC being the most actively used by our campus, our students and faculty do make regular use of the city for different academic programs, but as well as our Eisenhower Institute, our hub for public policy on campus, also has an office in Washington, D.C. So if you are a student interested in public policy, political science, or working sort of in policy in some way, the Eisenhower Institute is a great way to get pre-professional experience at the undergraduate level. Students can join seminar-style programs, such as Washington Connections, where you're actually networking and working alongside professionals in the industry, getting to know the ins and outs of how things are working in DC. And there are other topical programs that include conflict in the Middle East, women in leadership, and also some senior fellowship programs. So if you like policy, the Eisenhower Institute is one of the best connections for us to Washington, D.C., and one of our co-curricular programs that really does stand out at Gettysburg. We are a school of about 2,600 students, and we are completely undergraduate. And so what that means is that we have all the opportunities and resources available to you that our school can offer. There are no graduate students to soak up those opportunities. Our students come from all around the country and all around the world, so we also have a remarkably diverse campus community for being in South Central Pennsylvania. Not only do we have tons of students from the Mid-Atlantic and New England, but California is also one of our most represented states on campus. We are fortunate to have, again, ease of access to getting to campus, which does allow students to come to us from all over the country and world. We're also a deeply residential institution. So we do guarantee housing for all of our students for all 4 years. And this does lead to a campus that is active on the weekends, not only in the evenings and things like that, but our students are not headed home on the weekends either because they don't want to go home or because they are physically too far from home to return. But so that opportunity to really be engaged in our community is key, not only because of our location in the historic town of Gettysburg. Again, I mentioned it's a community-centric place, but our community-centric campus means that students are involved in our 120 clubs and organizations, maybe D3 athletes. We do compete in the Centennial Conference and have 24 varsity sports, or they may also be students in our conservatory who are promoting the arts on our campus as well. Academically speaking, oh goodness, one too far. Academically speaking, we offer 65 majors, minors, and programs on our campus, and our students do have a goal-oriented curriculum to complete at Gettysburg. So it's not a list of 100 level courses that you have to take, but it is a list of thoughtful and intentional goals that all students must work toward during their time at Gettysburg. Concepts such as conceptualizing diversity, global understanding, quantitative reasoning and logistics, these opportunities to really hone skills while still catering to your personal interest. So for all of my natural scientists joining us this evening, like, yes, you will probably be encouraged to take something in the humanities and vice versa, but we have courses designed to meet students' interest and where they are academically to help play to your strengths. Our average class size is about 17. Biggest class you'll see on campus is about 35 students, and the smallest you'll see will probably be in the single digits. Many of our language courses do happen to be very small in size, so a lot of one-on-one attention, which is fantastic. As I mentioned earlier, we're a completely undergraduate institution. There are no teaching assistants on our campus. There are no graduate students between you and your faculty members. So all of that mentorship, all of that energy, and all that passion for academia really does flow into our undergraduate students' careers. Opportunities to engage with research or other internship or pre-professional experiences through our faculty are easily accessible, and more than half of our students will complete research with a faculty member. In addition to all of the academic programmings, I did mention the Eisenhower Institute as one of our standout co-curricular involvements. Others include our Center for Public Service, which is our hub for community service on campus, but also globally. Not only are they focused on acts of service, but our Center for Public Service is also focused on policy issues and moving that needle into a more socially just direction. And there's also the Garthwaite Leadership Center, which is self-explanatory, but is our hub for leadership development on campus. There's an academic component for student development, but then lived practical experiences that allow students to hone that leadership skill, utilize it on campus, but then again, continue to use those skills as they transition from college to their young professional life. So those types of programs really are things that are accessible to you as early as day one here on campus. So not only are we an academically driven institution, but we're a campus where students are getting involved right off the bat. And last but not least, I will share that Gettysburg College is a common application school, and we are a test optional institution. Have been for about 15 years and will continue to be so. We offer early decision deadlines and a regular decision deadline as well. And with that, I will wrap it up. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you, Lauren, and thanks for all of our presenters. And as we have just a few moments before we have to let you go to your next session, I would love to ask a question of everyone. So we'll go in the same order that you presented, and I would love to hear a great piece of advice that you might have for these students as they're embarking on their college search. So Valerie, if you want to start us off.
Sure thing. My best advice for you is more about your frame of mind as you start the college search rather than some sort of tangible or logistical advice. I think it's helpful to remember from day one that whatever the outcome of your college search and the admission decisions that you receive may be, this process is not a referendum or an assessment of your value as a person, as a student. It is not an indication of the many, many great things that you will achieve in life. You may get some admission decisions you're thrilled with, and you may get some admission decisions that are really challenging. And you should know, based on what you heard tonight, that colleges are making really challenging decisions in the context of your applications and with the understanding that all of you are wonderful and outstanding. So keep that in mind as you move forward in the process, and know that we promise you're going to be just fine no matter where you end up, because you have so many wonderful options to consider. And I hope you keep an open mind as you explore them.
Nicole.
Sure. I would say, let the word process be a guiding word. Be open-minded, be open to being surprised along the way and to taking left turns if that's where this search leads you. And I would also say, don't only look for the place where you feel comfortable, look for the place where you can become, right? The college search is a process, your college journey is a process. So as you're sort of poking around campuses and attending events, look for the place where you can become.
Outstanding. Lisa.
So mine is just pretty simple and straightforward, but a lot of students don't think to do it because they think we're maybe too busy. But reach out to your admissions counselor or whoever you have as your contact person, because not only can we give you a lot of great information that you might not readily find on the website or any place else, but we can also connect you with current students, with faculty members, alumni, people that can really tell you more about the experience at our particular university. So I encourage you to really get in touch with us in admissions.
Nikki.
So I think it's great that you are all here this evening, and I agree with everything that's already been said. But I think also spring of junior year is a great time to reflect on your high school experience so far and live in the present moment. I think it's great that you're thinking ahead to what's to come in college, but don't be so focused on your college search that you lose sight of the present moment. Be sure to celebrate all of your high school accomplishments along the way and not be so focused on college that you lose sight of just how special this time is in your life.
Mandy.
Thank you. So again, I echo everything. This has been an amazing group to present with, but I think just to let yourself off the hook. Like I always tell my students that at the beginning of the search, like just breathe about it, have fun, but also know that there are no wrong decisions in this process. And as you get those decisions that are exciting, celebrate them, and the ones that are heartbreaking, realize that that just isn't where, life is taking you at that point. But there are no wrong decisions. You're choosing an education, you're choosing to further yourself and open your heart and mind to new experiences and new and exciting things that are to come. And so we are all here to support you. We are here to help you with that journey. And then I also let anyone out there who, I'm a first generation college student, so that's always important for me to let people know, but that if you can't visit campus, if you have this list of amazing schools and you're not able to either afford or have the means to get out there, or COVID is still very much present in your life, know that we are all here to support you and we can help you make that decision sight unseen. It doesn't have to include a college journey if you can't. If you can, amazing. But if you can't, we're here for you. So please lean on us and know that we're excited to share in that journey with you. So thank you so much.
And Lauren, wrap us up.
My piece of advice to students starting this process is always to practice the art of introspection. And I know that is easier said than done, but really taking time to think about what is important to you moving forward, what has become important to you in your years in high school that you've become passionate about, whether that be academically, extracurricularly, or even like the quirks that you're looking for in a future college. Chances are you will be a good fit for more than one school, and more than one school will be a good fit for you. And so making sure that you are keeping an open mind, that's been said, but that you are also taking ownership of this process and making sure that your needs, your questions, and what you do want and see for yourself is also being examined during this process. So learn to sit with yourself, learn some introspection, and I think it will continue to serve you as you begin your college careers where there are so many opportunities open to you and you'll have to think and advocate for yourself.
Well, thank you all. Such great information and such great advice for these students as they begin their college searches. And so I just want to thank all of you for your presentations and thank all of our participants for their attention. I do want to remind everyone that there will be a quick survey when you click out of this window. So take a few moments to answer those 4 questions, help us improve these programs for you perhaps and other students that are to come. Do sign up for more sessions. There is one more block of sessions tonight. There are some additional sessions tomorrow. And if you can't get to another session or you want to go back and review any of the sessions you've seen, or perhaps one that you missed, all of these sessions are being recorded. You can find those recordings at strivescan.com/BACS. So on behalf of everyone today, and on thanks to our friends at StriveScan for powering this, we wish you a good night.